photographer Carl Austin Hyatt work in his Portsmouth studio is a little like stepping back in time.
So small parts of my life has transitioned into the, digital prints and kind of thing, but the core of my work is the same as any photographer in the, 1850s to the 1950s.
For decades now, he's used an antique collapsible camera to create dramatic black and white images.
I use an 8x10 view camera, which means that it takes an 8x10 sheet of film.
He showed me it's perfect for capturing one of his favorite subjects, rocks of all shapes and sizes. Carl fell in love with rocks and New Hampshire when he saw the rocky coastline in the 1980s.
All you had to do was just turn your car out into one of the turnouts, and there was the ocean, the dawn, the rocks, wild nature, just right there.
Since then, he's turned countless areas on New England's coast into artwork. Sometimes he'll bring his camera into nature. Sometimes he'll do still life images in his studio. Using black and white, he says, draws out something different in the subject matter. For example, look at this photo of a mountain. Or is it? It's actually the famous salt piles in Portsmouth. Carl's been photographing them for decades.
I know that those salt piles transformed into a medium of black and white photography can be magic, like Zen stone gardens.
Drawn by his love for rocky landscapes, years ago, Carl visited Peru to photograph the scenery and local people.
These are 3 shamans from the Quero villages in the Andes, and they are referred to as the last of the Incas.
Carl fell in love with the people and even studied shamanism. His many visits are now a big part of his vast collection that can be found in books, galleries, and have even been shown in well-known museums. He continues using this vintage technology because he loves the feel of it and the images it creates. He loves how it connects to the world around him.
As an artist, you don't want to give up on that thing that connects you emotionally, because then I don't know what you're doing, but it doesn't have that same resonance.
There's another place in New Hampshire where antique photography is, well, you could say, served up on a plate.
That looks really great there. That's fantastic. That's perfect, Caitlin.
Gary Sampson teaches photography here at Kimball Jenkins School of Arts in Concord.
That's great. Here we go. We have an intro class where people have never done any film photography before. We give them film, a camera. They expose the film. They learn how to develop the film.
As a former artist laureate for New Hampshire, Gary is well known in the art world. He says more people, young and old, are gravitating to non-digital photography.
Now they like the idea of slowing down and learning about the origins of photography.
Including this method. With this antique view camera, Gary Sampson is doing something called wet plate photography. These are examples of new and antique wet plate photos. This unique photo method, done on glass or tin, started in the 1850s, before film was invented.
Then the tin type became very affordable for everybody. So people of average means could have portraits made.
To capture an image, 19th century photographers would wet a glass or tin plate with a chemical called collodion. Then it's dipped into silver nitrate. Now this wet plate is photosensitive and it must be used within about 10 minutes before it dries out. So Gary places it in a light-proof container.
And now we're going to go out into the studio.
The plate is slid into the camera, and using me as the example, Gary takes a photo. With the clock ticking, he hustles the plate back in the lab for developing. In just a couple of minutes, the tin plate revealed a crystal clear image. It's changing. Look at that. That was wild. That fast.
I love to make portraits. I love to bring the person in the darkroom. They can observe the whole process. They can see the plate being developed. They can see the image, and they become a collaborator.
And every so often, they do offer classes if you want to whet your appetite for 19th century photography.
Today, we're bombarded with images. In the 19th century and the 1860s, there weren't photographs around. There were illustrations, perhaps in a newspaper, but we didn't see a lot of imagery. So a photograph was a really special thing. A tintype is a one-of-a-kind image, like a painting or a drawing.